Welcome to adilas. This is a tutorial on how to add a location. From the main switchboard homepage, you would go under System Maintenance to Location homepage. And once you're on Location homepage, which I do have a tutorial that covers the Location homepage, to add a new location, you would click on Add New Location. You would fill in the initials for that location, and the initials are important because when you're assigning line items to expense receipts, it's going to ask you for the location, and it's going to show that location as initials. Then you would have your location name, address, and information all the way to phone, and that information is important as well because if you're running multiple locations, when you print out an invoice, the location that the invoice is created from, the address will show on that. So those of you that have multiple stores, you can have the location, address, and name unique on each invoice. The next piece down deals with if you want location license number, if you have where you have to be licensed, so this could be a state licensing number within that location or maybe even a city licensing number. You can have a location web address if it differs from the main web address, and you can also have where you can show or hide this the actual inventory that's contained at that location on the web. The default is to hide, so if you want to show the inventory from that location, you can have that show up on the web. The inventory is controlled on it by itself too, whether it will show up on the website or not as well. So you have to switch the unit, and then you also can switch the location. The next one down is location percentage, and this is where you can archive a percentage if you want to split payments between locations. So if you have 4 locations and you want to split, say, the insurance between all of them, you can put 25% on each location. And then when you do an expense receipt, there's a link that appears and it will automatically split and put 4 line items on your expense receipt. One line item at 25% for each location. You can also set up your petty cash amount here if you wish, and if you do, you will need to offset that on the balance sheet, and the offset on the balance sheet will be on the same date, the location start date, and it will also be in one of the equities accounts, either retained earnings or shareholder equity. You also have where you can set in your hours of operation that will appear on your invoice if you wish, and your location start date and some notes. You then have where you can turn a location to active, and we also have some states require Social Security numbers on different types of items, and these are preset. So this is a play site where they deal with some of these different items and they require Social Security numbers on those. You're also going to set up your tax information on here, and I do have a tutorial that covers the tax information because that gets a little bit more in depth. And so I'm going to go back again to the location homepage, and this was a tutorial on how to add a new location. And to find the location homepage from the main switchboard is you go under System Maintenance down to Location Homepage. Once you're on Location Homepage, you simply click on New Location and you can add a new location. Now the other locations that have already been added will show up under here, and you can have as many locations, and you can also see the percentages that are covered as well. So once again, this is a tutorial on how to add a new location, and that concludes, and thank you for choosing adilas.